Court does call the case, People versus Tariq Day.
Senior Assistant Prosecutor.
I am Tariq Tariq Day, the executor of the Tariq Tariq Day Living Trust and the registered owner of the Tariq Tariq Day Ex Relatione Kingdom Wilson Estate.
All right, guys, now things shift from awkward to outright confrontational as the defendant refuses to accept the court's authority on religious grounds, and the judge firmly shuts that door without hesitation. This part shows a powerful clash between personal belief and legal reality, where the courtroom turns into a battleground of words, and the judge's control becomes more visible as the defendant's logic begins to unravel.
Right. So you are appearing here without an attorney. I do have to advise you that you are charged with the offense of fleeing and eluding in the third degree under the Motor Vehicle Code. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration and or $1,000 fine plus court costs. Additionally, the Secretary of State could suspend your driving privileges for up to a year. Do you understand that, sir?
I comprehend.
Do you understand?
I comprehend, yes.
The court has to further advise you that if you wish to be represented by counsel, the court would ensure that counsel would be appointed to represent you in this matter, and that you would have counsel if you could not afford to hire counsel yourself. I also wish to advise you that the court would be treating you the same as it would the people in this case. There are certain dangers to representing yourself in this matter, in that you will be required to abide by the Michigan court rules, the Michigan rules of evidence, and all of the cases and statutory requirements. You understand that?
I do not.
You do not. What is it about that you do not understand?
It's against my religion to adhere or to assimilate to any statutory.
Sir, I'm not asking anything about your religion. It is irrelevant to me. I am indicating that in this proceeding, you will be required to abide by the rules of this court. Do you understand that?
I'm having a hard time understanding why or how religion doesn't play a role. How religion does not play a role.
All right, guys, this section shows the defendant reaching even further, now invoking indigenous and international rights in what feels like a desperate attempt to escape jurisdiction. You can almost feel the patience in the room thinning as the judge calmly but decisively dismantles the argument. It's a moment where authority reasserts itself and the gap between fantasy and legal reality becomes painfully obvious.
Not play a role in what I do or what this court does. There are certain rules of this court established by the legislature and the Michigan Supreme Court regarding how these particular proceedings will be conducted. These proceedings will be conducted in accord with those rules. Do you understand that, sir?
Well, according to the American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, as well as the international or the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, the state and the government should.
Sir, you have no authority for what you're about to state, because what you're about to state is incorrect.
Oh, I am an indigenous person.
No,
so
sir, what you're about to state is incorrect.
Well,
if you were on indigenous lands, if that's where you're going, then maybe you might be right. As it stands right now, this proceeding is not on indigenous land.
Well, that's a matter of perspective, sir.
It is, and the only perspective that's going to matter on that is mine. We are not on indigenous lands subject to indigenous or tribal rules. You are subject to the rules of the Michigan Supreme Court. as they are promulgated, both in terms of procedure and evidence. Do you understand that that's what's happening, sir?
I do not.
What is it that you do not understand?
All right, guys, here is where the tension evolves into something more psychological as the judge begins questioning the defendant's actual understanding of what's happening. This part feels heavy because it becomes less about arguments and more about competence. The courtroom shifts from debate to concern, and you can sense that the situation is spiraling beyond normal legal resistance into something much more serious.
I don't understand.
Because I'm going to tell you something, sir. If you are unable to establish or understand what I'm saying, and go through this with you again, I have to assume that there may be some reason why you don't understand. This court will take precautions to protect your rights, and I will be sending you for a competency evaluation to make sure that you are competent to stand trial and to stand in these proceedings.
Well, I would agree to a competency if the prosecution as well as the court and the officers agree to take.
All right, guys, this is the turning point where everything changes direction as the judge officially orders a competency evaluation. This moment hits hard because it's no longer about winning an argument. It's about the court openly questioning the defendant's mental fitness. The power dynamic locks in, and you can feel the weight of the decision settle over the entire proceeding in real time.
The way it works, you don't get to make the rules. I'm ordering a competency.
I'm not making.
Defendant is ordered for a forensic evaluation. I will set a competency hearing in this matter for July 25th, 2024. At what time? At 9 a.m. Now, sir, I'm going to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Because it's going to depend on where you may be staying for a period of time. If they send you information as to when you have your forensic interview,
Yes, sir.
are you going to cooperate and attend that interview?
Under threat, duress, and coercion, yes.
Pardon?
Under threat, duress, and coercion, yes.
No. It's not how it works. I'm asking you, are you voluntarily going to cooperate?
I say yes.
Pardon?
I mean, under it, yeah. I mean, is this what are, excuse me,
All right, guys, now we see the tension stretch even tighter as the judge pushes for a clear answer about voluntary cooperation, and the defendant struggles to respond without sounding cornered. This part plays out like a slow collapse where hesitation, confusion, and deflection replace confidence. You can almost feel the room holding its breath as authority presses harder and resistance starts to crack.
What are you insinuating in regards to where I will stay for a time?
I'm going to make sure that we are going to have our forensic interview done. I've ordered a forensic interview. I am asking you whether or not, when given notice of that interview, whether or not you are going to voluntarily cooperate in that interview.
I will take the interview.
Excuse me?
I will take the interview.
Anything from the people?
With the court, ask the people to prepare the order for the competency.
Yes, please prepare the order for the competency if you would, sir.
And the address for
The defendant.
I see on the complaint is 1410 Share Avenue, apartment 1-3.
Is that your address, sir?
Excuse me? That's correct.
All right, very good.
And so I will send a copy to that address.
Very good. All right. This time then bond is continued.
Yes, sir. And I'm sorry, can I get that date again, please, sir? If I can put it in my calendar.
July 25th, you were supposed to, so I'm assuming you're waiving it. You were supposed to file your motion with.
I did.
the court.
I filed it.
When did you file it?
I brought it in today.
Do we have it?
I gave it, I mean, it was stamped and everything. I gave it to the reception.
Why didn't you file it before?
All right, guys, this portion exposes the quiet but powerful machinery of the courtroom as the judge and clerk move forward with formalizing the competency order. While less dramatic in tone, it's loaded with consequence because paperwork in moments like this represents real control. The defendant's fate feels more sealed here, not by shouting, but by calm, procedural finality.
Well, as I stated at the last hearing,
No, don't go through what you
additional week.
stated at the last hearing.
Well, you
You
asked.
knew that, no, you knew it was supposed to be filed before the day. Young man, you're gonna
That's
figure out something. We're playing by my rules, not yours. So you do not say anything because you're gonna figure that out real soon. Do they have it?
I have not received a response yet.
Since I'm sending in for a competency, I can't hear that. I can't hear his motion in any event. So I won't hear his motion at this time. He'll have to refile it timely if he's determined to be competent. So I'll have his bond continue. He can go. What?
I didn't get the last part that you said. The bond continued and what?
I said you can go.
Oh, okay, no problem.
All right, guys, in this section, the energy becomes strangely grounded as basic details like address and bond are confirmed, but the tension never really leaves the room. It feels almost surreal watching administrative details unfold while everything bigger hangs in the balance. This part shows how justice feels real and personal because even small details carry heavy consequences.